pattern traders, candlestick traders, and all these crazy people, right? Whatever, what normal people see, a lot of people might saw this, whatever, what these people see, right? So they see head and shoulders like this, of course, and they're more like, follow the light. The candles don't lie. So they think the answer lies in the candlestick formation. Of course, it makes so much sense if a freaking chart talks to you and builds like a head and shoulders, maybe you just need to draw like a face in there and like ask him a question. Like look at how friendly he is. He knows the answer. So maybe ask him, right? And they really talk with the charts and like, yeah, my friendly guy. But guess what happens to them? Choop! They're getting induced, of course. So pattern traders and candlestick traders are the worst ones in my opinion because it makes zero freaking sense whatsoever. And they see stuff like that. They see like, yeah, left shoulder, right shoulder, that's the head, so that's the neckline. If that breaks, yeah, I entered there because it's a head and shoulders formation. Like, I don't know the reason, but come on, it's a head and shoulders. Like, it has to work. Like, what? What's the reasons behind that? So if I draw a cat on the chart, is it then a cat pattern? Like, what? So they have like huge OCD or whatever. Just kidding or not. Maybe. We don't know, right? But the question is, they see all this crazy stuff like candlestick, like dojis, like spinning tops, having all these fancy names for it. Whatever, like spinning top actually sounds crazy, like shooting star, whatever, right? So they call it all the craziness. And yeah, that's of course why this moves the market, right? So in overall, of course, we can ignore that stuff completely. We don't use that stuff, right? So again, that's the legendary dinosaur pattern. I mean, that's pretty good though. That makes sense. I mean, that's legit. You cannot say something like that. That's really good. So that's like, of course, included in our lit stuff as well. We trade highly depending on that one. And yeah, so that's where you go. So he thinks like candlestick dinners are my best, right? So then again, what do? They're having all these crazy candlestick patterns like bullish engulfing, piercing line, evening star, right? That's all this craziness, which makes zero sense. But there's like one really good one, which works even better than the dinosaur pattern, which is the Dogecoin thing, right? So that's like what happened to Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is that actually, and see how the pattern actually would like fulfill the play. So the chart was ended here, right? But if you just include the pattern, it makes total sense. Like that the chart will go down, and it kind of worked. So that's what Price should have done. And look at it, like it's legit. That stuff is legit. Like, so we should not make fun out of pattern traders because that stuff is literally there. You see, that's the proof that works, right? So anyway, so what do? Like, obviously, we can include all the fishies. So guess what? So breakout fishies enter here, breakout fishies enter here, whatever. Now they're starting to see like a shoulder, head, of course, like, oh, there you go. There's the right shoulder. So this needs to be the neckline. So they enter it here. So now smart money traders maybe come into place and see the imbalance area. And there we go. So now the breakout traders entering the neckline. There we go. Retest traders. There we go. Everyone is going short now. Makes complete sense, right? So guess what happens? What should happen? You already know the question already. So answer is, of course, the tube, right? So let's look at a real life example. So that is like a head and shoulders pattern. I think it is. So there we go. That's whatever the shoulder. That's the whatever. You cannot even draw. That I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean? That's another shoulder. So what should happen? Of course, there you go. Like making the neckline and stuff like that. So having the break of here, like making new low lows now makes complete sense. So guess what? Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it goes in our direction. So what is the true intention though? So of course, all of them are being short. What is the real intention? All the way down there. Mitigation, hint. Obviously, worry about that later. Whereas all these people stop losses, where all these people doing short, pattern traders, breakout traders, trend traders, everyone and their sisters getting short. What's going to happen? Crazy, obvious, and not so hard to identify it. Let's look at another one. Whatever, look at that stuff. whatever that might be, right? So they're seeing all sorts of crazy resistance. Look at that strong zone, must be really strong. Taps into like even 2 more times. Like, ooh, like even a shooting star on top of that with a huge reaction. Like, look at that. Like, pff, that must be strong, right? Like, it's a huge, like, the supply zone or resistance zone, like, and a shooting star out of it with a huge reaction. That must be very strong, right? So, oh yeah, that makes sense. It fills the imbalance now. That makes sense. So should go down, of course, makes the imbalance fill. Smart money traders getting in here now, of course. Triple top, of course, shooting star, awesome. Still works. Not really, right? All people out, and then obviously price can go down afterwards.